Chapter 39, New Sheriff in Town. Sam stopped her car in front of BrightPath Tutoring Solutions, where she was supposed to pick up Jenna's new teacher. Simone's resume was glowing with recommendations from her previous employers, and she specialized in working with children with special needs. They had met once before. Simone, who was in her late 40s and had children of her own, was meeting Sam for the second time in the office. Sam apologized for her rush, explained that Jenna was asleep in the car, and said they needed to return before Jenna woke up or someone called the police. As they walked out, a soft spring breeze brushed against Sam's face, evoking the sweet, nostalgic feeling of youth and love. For a moment, she forgot how painful life could be. However, that feeling didn't last long when a police car passed by with its siren blaring. Luckily, it wasn't for them, and they both got in. Jenna was still asleep. Simone said, "When they're asleep, you can see how magical they are." Sam thought, "Black magic." She then asked, "Do you have any children of your own?" Simone replied, "I actually have twins, boys. I had them when I was just 20. I got married at 22 and divorced 2 years later when I caught my husband cheating on me. His explanation was that he couldn't cope with the pressure of our kid's condition, so I left him." Sam wondered what Simone meant by condition, but thought it would be rude to ask. Simone continued, "Anyway, we separated and I never remarried. Now my boys are grown and this job has become my passion. I love the challenge and enjoy helping families return to a normal life. I had no one to help me and had to figure it all out on my own, which drained my youth. This job means more to me than you can imagine, Sam." Sam, always thinking ahead, knew she might need to consider the possibility of a long-term relationship with Simone. There was a strong chance Jenna wouldn't return to school for a few years. As usual, Jenna woke up the moment they pulled into the driveway. Simone was the first to greet her. "Jenna, this is Simone. She'll be your teacher from now on, and as we discussed, you won't be going back to school," Sam explained. Jenna nodded and got out of the car. Jenna immediately took Simone's hand, trying to pull her upstairs. "Come with me. I want to show you my room." Sam had a brief flashback to when Lucille and Jenna used to race up and down those stairs, driving her crazy with their energy. She remembered how Lucille used to slide down the railing, teaching Jenna to do the same. Jenna's voice brought her back to the present. "And this is the bathroom. And that's Mommy and Daddy's room. And see this little table in the corner of my bedroom with all those funny things on it? Don't touch them, or you'll be in trouble." Sam was taken aback by how easily Jenna made Simone feel welcome. She wondered if the therapy was having an effect or if Jenna was working on a new plan. As she sank into the couch, lost in her thoughts, she was jolted awake by the sound of Simone's footsteps coming down the stairs, looking triumphant. "I'm sorry if I woke you," Simone said. "Would you like a cup of tea or coffee?" Sam offered, sitting up. She wondered if Simone had seen her sleeping on the couch from upstairs, or if she should stay awake and oversee Jenna's care. Speaking of which, where was Jenna? Reading Sam's concern, Simone said, "Jenna is taking a nap. Over the years of babysitting, I developed a couple of books designed to help children fall asleep easily. I like to think of them as the most boring children's books ever." Alarm bells went off in Sam's mind. Lucille used to read her special books to Jenna. Why had she never been able to find someone who read age-appropriate, legally published children's books for Jenna? Sam, ever the concerned mother, was puzzled. That's odd. Jenna never falls asleep from reading a book, especially not at this time of day. She usually only sleeps about 6 hours, and that's when she's completely exhausted. Simone, showing no hint of concern, replied cheerfully, "Most parents think their children are unique, and I agree they are. But there's a common thread: children generally can't stand the most boring book in existence." She laughed, seemingly pleased with herself. Sam wasn't convinced. Simone's know-it-all demeanor only fueled her suspicion. Was it possible Simone had drugged Jenna? One moment Jenna was energetically bouncing around, and the next she was fast asleep. Simone broke the silence, sipping her coffee. "I have to ask, Jenna showed me your room and your corner. It's quite remarkable, almost like a collection of religious artifacts, but it seems like there's more to it than just a collection. Is there a deeper significance?" Sam smiled and asked, "What makes you think that, and what do you think it is?" Simone replied, I don't see any particular trend, time, or place of birth in your collection. There's a similarity in belief systems, but it seems like you're trying to satisfy every deity and mock every spiritual power out there with your collection of demonic symbols. It's as if you're defying every belief system simultaneously. Sam replied, What about creating a balance between powers? Simone responded, Zoroastrian cosmic dualism suggests that everything has an evil counterpart, but you seem to have far more Ahuras than Ahriman. There's no balance. Sam chuckled. It's not my fault there aren't as many demonic gods as there are holy ones. Besides, searching for those symbols online might put you on a government blacklist. Simone laughed. I'm sure there is a list for that, so I'm concluding that you're not particularly religious. Placing these signs next to the Star of David and the Islamic crescent moon would definitely make Jehovah and Allah uneasy. However, I'd say you must have believed in some sort of faith at some point, then were disappointed and kept searching for another. But why still keep it in your bedroom? Sam chuckled and realized she needed to change the subject. I took anthropology of religion as a subject in university and became obsessed with it. Each symbol represents a different adventure to me. When I moved out of the dorm and into a studio apartment, these symbols were a comforting presence. Besides the nostalgic factor, it's like an addiction, similar to how children suck their thumbs to fall asleep. Sam knew it was an issue Simone had experience with, so she took the bait. Interesting story. It makes a lot of sense, so we need to start getting rid of your addiction. They both laughed.